Stop waiting, leap first. Everything else will follow. When I was in 200 level at the university and I was preparing for my final ICAN examinations, prior to that time, I had passed every level at one sitting. But at the final stage, I had heard a lot of stories about how people fail the final stage. I was also afraid that I was going to fail. And honestly, I didn't have any basis to be afraid because prior to that time, I had cleared all of my papers at one sitting. But because I was also combining ICAN with schoolwork, I was an undergraduate at Obafemi Awolowo University. Obafemi University, by the way, Great Ife. It was a lot of work and I was just so afraid I was going to fail that exam. One of the days, I was going back to my room from class and I was discussing with my then boyfriend, who is now my husband, about how overwhelmed I was about the forthcoming exam and how I had heard a lot of stories about how people fail a particular subject called multidisciplinary case study and how I also think I may not pass the exam. And he said something to me that I have never forgotten. And I still use this phrase anytime I have anything challenging to conquer. It's a profound statement from Norman Vincent Peale. And he says, throw your heart over the bar and your body will follow. And he explained the statement to me that for me to pass that exam, I must have passed it in my mind, that I must have conquered the challenge and any challenge of the subject MDCS in my mind before I can actually pass the exam. That made sense to me. He encouraged me that I have everything that it takes to pass the exam. And he reminded me that I have never failed any of the stages before. And why was I afraid that I was going to fail this time around? That helped me, and of course, he made me to love him more. I wrote the exam and I passed it, including the most difficult paper that everyone had told me was difficult to pass. Because the story everybody had given me was that even people that pass at one sitting always rewrite MDCS multiple times. But in my own instance, I passed the exam. I have used this profound statement many times and I've used it to conquer many difficult challenges. When I was starting my CFA as a full-time employee, a wife and a mother of 3 children, I always remember that I only need to throw my mind over the bar and my body would follow. I have also used this statement many times to surmount every target that is set for me at work and even to surmount my personal challenges. So whenever I have anything difficult that I want to do, I always remember that I just need to throw my heart over the bar and my body will follow. What does this mean for you? Everything starts with your mind. If you cannot win in your mind, you cannot win in the world. You need to conquer your mind before you can conquer the world, because the experience you have in your mind usually becomes your reality. So the question is this: what do you have in your mind? What is your mental movie? A lot of people have horror movies in their mind. Don't let that be you. Have pictures of success, pictures of promotion, and pictures of you surmounting the challenges in your mind. Everything starts with your mind. Be conscious of what you have in your mind. Use your mind to win in life. So, don't think failure for yourself. Always think of success, always think of promotion, because whatever you think in your mind is actually what happens to you. Everything starts and ends with the mind. Use your mind to support you. Once you win in your mind, you will win in the world. Thank you for listening to this video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please share it with your friends. Till next time, stay clean. Bye-bye.